Welcome back to Chemical Man Podcast. Today, I want to talk about something that we don't really talk about a lot: your drains, your sewers, your different places you have in your rack. So, like for us, we have different things out there. So like on a roadway out there, you'll see drains out there, kind of like a street, like a surface sewer. So when it rains and stuff, that takes that stuff out to the waste treatment, and then from ours goes out to the ship channel on there. So you always have to watch it. On your pumps on there, you should, a lot of times you'll have drain pans underneath the bleeds, and depending on what you're working with, or if it's acid or anything, that ours goes to a little tank here, and then that goes back to where we can work it back in the system. So if we have a problem with that, we can go to a tank, go back to our system. Inside the rack, a lot of times inside the rack, you're gonna, as you're walking on the floor and stuff, you're hosing down your rack, or anything happens, you're gonna go down to like a little chemical sewer down here at the end, or a pit. That's going to be controlled with like your pH and stuff like that, and that's going to go over to your waste treatment. The good thing about something like this is, say, if I'm on the board, I'm watching, and all of a sudden I start seeing a low pH on my pit or my chemical sewer, well, then we got a problem. We either have a leak somewhere, somebody left a bleed open, somebody happened, so I'll have my outside guy go out there and look. Also, when you catch samples to the rack like ours, we have little sample spots out there. And what it does, when you catch a sample, it goes into a pot, and then from there it drains into this little, we have a little slops tank, and from there it goes back to the rack, and then we can work it back in the system and just reuse it and stuff like that too. If I see this tank come up, as being controlman, I know that my outside guy might have left a bleed open or left a sample pot open, then I can check on that too. But it's very important to know where all your drains are and where all your stuff is. We have like surface sewer. That's the stuff like in the roadway and when you walk it out. We got sample pots. So if you got a sample pot, that's going to drain somewhere different too. Pump bleeds usually will drain kind of where the sample pots and stuff in there if it's got chemicals. We have a rack drain, so in the rack everything drains down to here. And the good thing, one thing about this, so like say when you're walking along and you're going to go from your unit to, say, catch a sample somewhere, and you step out of your unit and you're walking along the roadway, well, if there's pipes running in the rack and you see something leaking down here, it's probably a good thing you call your waste treatment or call whoever you need to call, because usually whatever's in the roadway might go a different spot than where your stuff in your rack goes. So like for us, if we have any leaks out in the roadway, we have to call our waste treatment immediately and tell them, hey, switch the tanks, don't go out to the ship channel, go whatever tanks you need to, because we got a spill, we need to get it cleaned up, and we need to get all that taken care of on there as far as the pH. Your bleeds on your pumps, when you're messing with your bleeds, make sure you close them. Make sure that, if some people lock them out when they do lockouts on there, but make sure that they're always, sometimes you'll walk out there and you might see them a little, like they might have bended out a little bit, but make sure they're always over your drip pans on there, because if a bleed leaks or anything happens, at least you know it's going to go in the drip pan, and from there it's going to go to the proper place it needs to go to, and you're not going to have a spill on there too. Um, like I said, with pH, we monitor it on there. So if anything happens on there, we know if the pH gets too high or too low, we can divert it where we need to do. If it gets too low, we can add soda ash, we can add caustic, we can bring that pH back up. If pH too high, well, we can just divert it and put it somewhere we need to on there. But it's something we don't really talk about a lot, and it's something when you're training, when you're going over stuff, be aware. Be aware. Be aware where your bleeds go to your pans. Be aware if you're in the rack. Okay, if something spills, where's that going to go? If you're in the walkway, okay, if a pipe burst or something leaking across the road, be aware where that drains to. Just be aware of things, because a lot of times, if you're over on the ship channel or you're on the coast or wherever you are, a lot of times it drains out to the ship channel. It's going to go through all its clarifier. It's going to go through everything it needs to do. It's going to get mixed with all its chemicals. It's going to get a good pH, and then it's going to go out. But sometimes you need to let people know, hey, we found a leak. We need to do on there. Just food for thought, something to get out. Wanted to let you guys know. I know everybody's a little different in their plants. These are how our run. Our bleeds go down to a slops tank. From there, goes to a tank, works back in the system. Our main rack goes to a pit. From there, goes to waste treatment, monitored by pH. Anything on the roadway goes out to the ship channel. If anything happens, we have to call them, tell them to divert it, and go from there. So we got to know where all our spots are for leaks, for anything busting, for anything happening at all. It's always a good thing to happen on that. But once again, just a little video out there. Everybody be safe. Everybody have a good one. And until then, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.